Hi, I'm Shawn Scott, your ABM president. I'm on the road again, this time in Houston, Texas, at this year's Quality Symposium. I'm joined today by Dr. Gifford, the Senior Vice President of Quality and Regulatory Affairs. Dr. Gifford, thank you for joining us.
My pleasure.
Let's get right down to it. You just released the 4 new goals for the Quality Initiative, and let's talk about goal number 1, reducing rehospitalizations. How is that going to affect our membership?
Well, I think it's going to affect our membership right now because hospitals are concerned about this because of the payment penalty they get. Right. The QIS survey in those states are focusing on rehospitalizations, and the President's budget has proposed a penalty to SNFs if they don't reduce their rehospitalizations. So there's 3 things out there that are making this really important for our members to address this. Let's
talk about goal number 2, which is retaining staff and staff stability.
Well, I think staff stability is probably one of the more important goals because the data is pretty clear. The association between increased staff turnover and quality, whether it be rehospitalization or other quality measures, is very, very strong. Right. And it's so important to empower the team, get people to really be engaged in what they're doing and solve solutions. That'll help reduce the staff turnover. And you really can't make any meaningful change if you've got large staff turnover. And the cost of staff turnover is also high. So we really think that this is a central and important piece of this.
So that kind of leads us very nicely into goal number 3, which is resident satisfaction.
Absolutely. We know that the turnover and the relationship that staff have to residents and family is really predictive of staff satisfaction. And so it's very important to address that, and I think the experience that the individuals have in our facilities and the families have is an important one to measure and look at, and because it really reflects the overall care out there.
So that leads us to our 4th goal, which is the off-label use of antipsychotic drugs.
And that, again, is also important because the use of these medications off-label really is in individuals with dementia. And we know that many of our residents in our facilities have dementia, and they're often given these medications. The FDA issued a black box warning around these medications because they're increased with increased mortality, increased falls and fractures, increased blood clots, increased cardiovascular events. So all those things probably make it that we should try to really minimize the use of these medications, which means we have to look at how do we manage individuals with dementia. Now, to tie it all together, these medications are really a strong predictor of rehospitalization.
Right.
So that ties in with a rehospitalization measure. It's really hard to not reduce these if you have high staff turnover, because if the staff don't know the residents, they tend to lead to the behaviors that are a problem, and then they get the request for the medications. So it really ties it together. And then certainly when someone's sedated these medications, the family and residents aren't as satisfied with what's going on. So we see this sort of really pulling the whole thing together.
This is going to be a lot of fun watching this roll out this year. I want to thank you very much for your team's and yourself's effort on putting these together for the membership at AHCA and for all the ABMs. This is a great way for you guys to start looking at how you want to market your different organizations based on the new quality goals that are being set by the quality initiatives for AHCA. I want to thank you for joining Dr. Gifford and myself and everybody else here at AHCA. Thank you, and we look forward to talking to you soon.
Thank you.